माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजना वल्लभारी वरदारी माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजना वल्लभारी वरदारी यशोदनंदन व्रजधन यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
audible?
Yes.
Just give me a sec. The feedback doesn't want to leave me. It's okay. So Hare Krishna again, and welcome everyone to today's Sunday Feast program by ISKCON Dublin. So before I begin, I'd like to thank you all for coming, and my koti dandavats to my spiritual grandfather, Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual father, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I wouldn't be sitting here today if few years back I didn't come across great personalities like His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj and His Holiness Gaur Krishna Maharaj. So it's because of their mercy that a person like me is sitting here and about to give a discourse on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is actually in one sense unthinkable. I cannot think. So this is just mercy of our great acharyas. And also I want to pay my obeisances to the senior devotees, His Holiness, His Grace Sundar Nitai Prabhu, then we have Vankota Prabhu, and all the Vaishnava and Vaishnavis present here. So please bless me so that in today's lesson I do justice with your time, because I understand time is the greatest gift you can give to anyone. You have taken out your time, you are here. So I just hope that at the end of the lecture you have some takeaways with you and you work on it and become better in Krishna consciousness. Okay?
Haribo.
So this is a vast topic. So before I begin, my first question is, who here has not read Bhagavad Gita ever? Is there anyone? Okay. And what about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? Is there anyone who is about to hear it for the first time? Okay, so we have few. Okay, so I need to change everything, every notes that I've made. Anyways, no problem. Let's start and we'll see along the way, and I'll stop and ask you if it goes above your head, then we can always come down and then we can restart. Okay? So repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 For those of you who know the three Mangalacharan, you can speak with me. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayesha bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nanda gopal kumaraya govindaya namo. So before beginning the lecture, because this is introduction to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, I'll touch base just the verse and the translation of the first canto, chapter 1, text 1, and then we'll begin the lecture. Okay? So generally the trend is, I'll speak, I'll recite the verse. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam are to be sung, they are poems. It's Geet, that means you have to sing. So I'll tell you the meter in which it is sung, I have asked one of the devotees here, she knows how to sing. If anyone else also is here who's comfortable singing, we have the verse written here. Prabhuji, if you could share 1.1.1 in the WhatsApp group for everybody. Yes. So this particular verse, there are different chand. Chand means meter in which the verses are sung. For instance, in Bhagavad Gita we have 3 to 5 chand, like Anushtup chand. So there is a particular rhythm in which that is to be sung. This particular verse, 1.1.1. So there are 12 cantos in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So if I say 1.1.1, that means first canto. If everyone could come near please, so that people have space to sit. Welcome everyone. Yeah. So 1.1.1 means Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 1. This particular verse is sung in a chand, in a meter called Shardul Vikridit. Shardul means tiger in Sanskrit and Vikridit means playing. So when a tiger plays, it goes as high as 12 feet. So each line of this verse has 19 words. So the meter is, you sing it for 12, the tiger jumps, then the tiger comes down. Then again second line you jump for 12, then come down. So this is how it is sung. Okay? So I'm gonna sing first, then we'll all sing, and then Shama Mataji, she knows how to sing this, so we'll ask her to sing this particular verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So first let me sing, and then the second round you will sing together with me. Okay? Janmadasya yatonvayati taratas Chartheshvabhigna swarar Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Mujanti Yatsuraya Tejo Varimritam Yatha Vinimaya Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sadani Rasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So I'll give you another style to sing this. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So first let me sing and then again we'll come. Janmadasya yatonvayati taratas Chartheshvabhigna swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yatsuraya Tejo Varimritam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sadani Rasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So that is the second way in which you can sing this. And the third, and then we can decide what is comfortable for everyone, and then we'll go with that, okay? Third, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadasya yatonvayati taratas Chartheshvabhigna swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muyanti Yatsuraya Tejo Varimritam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sadani Rasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Okay? So shall we go with 1, 2 or 3? Audience choice. 3? Okay, fine. So let's do like this. I'm going to sing 2 lines so that it's easy for you. Then you repeat after me. So first let's do Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. जन्मादस्य यतोन वयाति तरतस चार्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्मा हृदय आदि कवये भूयन्ति यत्सूरया तेजो वारिमृताम् यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि One more time. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadasya yatonvayati taratas Chatheshvabhighna Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Bhuyanti Yatsuraya Tejo Varimridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Okay, so now Shama Mataji, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadasya yatonvayadi taratas Chatheshvabhighna swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye
Muyanti Yatsurya
Tejo Varimridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhukam Satyam Param Dhimahi
Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to try from Prabhuji's side or Mataji's? Anyone? Want to try? It's written over here. You know the rhythm. Anyone? Any soldier?
What about the Sanskrit Mita Sad Goswami asked? You signed it?
Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadyasya yatanvayadi tataras Chatheshvabhighna swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Bhuyanti Yatsuraya Tejo Vanimidam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Tisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sadani Rasta Skuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi
Hare Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay. So with that note, we will start today's lecture. Hare Krishna. Okay, because most of you have come here for the first time and you don't know the basics of Bhagavad Gita, so let's spend 5 minutes to understand. We cannot understand Bhagavad Gita in 5 minutes, but because we have to understand Bhagavatam, so we need the backstory, right? Because it will be... Okay, so one request, we should never keep our back towards God when we sit. So if you are sitting, just tilt a bit so that our backs are not towards. Thank you so much. Very good. Okay, so let's take a scenario. Okay, let's say in Dublin or any part of the world, you don't own a house, you are a foreigner, you are an immigrant, and your lease says that every 12th month you'll have to find a new house. This is the clause, every 12th month. You keep doing this 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. After a time you get frustrated. What is this? Why do I need to keep changing the house? Couldn't there be something permanent, right? So this is the first concept of Bhagavad Gita, where Arjun says, I'm not going to fight this war, Krishna. And Krishna says that Arjun, the reasons that you gave not to fight this war is based on your logic, and that is based on material things. But you are way more beyond thing that is material. So he gives him the first knowledge of Bhagavad Gita 2.13. Can anyone say the verse? Dehino asmin yatha dehe.
Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tata dehantara prapte dhīras tatra na bhūyati.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes. So the first lesson of Bhagavad Gita is that you are not this body, you are soul. So when the tenant keeps on changing the house, it strikes his mind that why can't I find a permanent house, right? So Krishna is saying the same way, you keep on changing your bodies, life after life. So tatha dehantara praptir, tatha dehant. We all know the word dehant. When someone dies, it is called dehant. Deh means body and ant means the end of your body. So then you go for a new body. So it's like a repeating cycle. It goes on and on and on. It's like a matrix, a Maya chal. So an intelligent person would say, no, let's find something permanent, right? So then Krishna says, let's move further. And he says, you know what? You belong to someone. Then he says, Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suhidam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. 5.29 Bhagavad Gita. He says that you all belong to me. Bhoktaram yagya tapasam. I am supreme. And if you know this, you are frustrated because you are changing houses, right, as a tenant. But you know there is something permanent. I am permanent. And then he further goes on explaining 15.6, Mamay vanshe jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manashashtani indriyani prakritishtani karshati. Meaning that all of you are my part and parcel. Meaning, when you come back to me, when you find that permanent home, you will actually be with me, who is your spiritual father. You all belong to me. You are part and parcel. Now, Bhagavad Gita, if we had to make a contrast, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So when we used to study in our school time, so we had theory lessons and then we had practicals, isn't it? So in the theory class, you got to know about what is molecules, atom, physics, chemistry, bio, whatever it is. And then we had a lab session where you did the experiment. So Bhagavad Gita is the theory class, when Krishna is giving all the theory. And how to implement this, that is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that we are going to discuss today. Okay? So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna repeatedly says, 4.9, what is the shlok? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. 11.55, he says, mat karma krita mat parmo mat bhakta sangha varjita nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yasamameti pandava. And this everyone must know. 18.6 is Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam sharanam raja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshishayami vasucha. So throughout Bhagavad Gita, in regular intervals, Krishna keeps on saying to Arjun, Arjun, come back home. Yasamameti pandava, meaning you do this, you will come back to me. So there is a practical to this theory as well. So in snapshot and outline, this is Bhagavad Gita. You only need to understand who you are. You are not this body, you are a spirit soul. Who do you belong to? We all belong to Krishna. Okay? So with this knowledge, what needs to be done? You go back to Krishna. And how do we go back to Krishna? By understanding Bhagavatam. Where is the hint? 4.9. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tatvata. Meaning, my janma, my birth, and my pastimes, my karma, they are divya, they are transcendental. One who knows this by fact. Evam yoveti tatvata. Tyaktva deham, when he leaves his body, punarjanma, reincarnation na iti. There won't be reincarnation. This tenant has found his permanent house. Na iti, what happens? Mam iti so pandava. You come to my house. You come to your house. That is permanent. You are not going to foreign country or coming back to Golok Vrindavan Dham. So now this janma and karma of Krishna, where is it explained? It is explained in a text that we are going to start from today, that is called Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Okay, so with that, so we will start today's text. Let's go back, let's do some time traveling today, okay? So, Naimisharanya is a place. So in this introduction, I am going to give you very important facts about this universe. Because Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, if there is everything to be known, it is in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Okay? So when Lord Brahma started creating this material universe, so wherever you draw, like a circle or anything, so there is a starting point, right? And on that you keep your compass and then you draw the circle. So Lord Brahma kept that compass in a place called Naimisharanya. That is in present day Bharatvarsh, which is also called India, and there is a place called Uttar Pradesh. There is a place called Lucknow, 60 kilometers somewhere there is a place called Naimisharanya. That is the center point of not only India, not only this earth, but this complete material manifestation. That is the central point. So there, it's very spiritual place. So Rom Harshan Sud, he was sitting and giving class. So they were discussing history, itihas. And then there was Shaunak Adi Rishi. Now, for the people who know a background about Bhagavatam, this is not the Rom Harshan Sud that said Bhagavatam. This is his father. Okay? So the Bhagavat that we know today was spoken by Rom Harshani Sud Goswami. But this is his father, Rom Harshan Sud Goswami. Now he is sitting and he is giving a lecture. So everyone asks Sanak Adi Rishis, there are thousands of sages who are sitting in the assembly, they ask him a question. That what is the most beneficial to the mankind? How can one get liberated from the clutches of Maya? And how can one attain to the kingdom of Lord Krishna? So these are the questions, that what is the topmost activity for a human being? These are the questions that are being discussed. And in one sentence, Sut Goswami gives the answer. The answer is hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. If you hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, you will get out of the clutches of Maya. This is the topmost karma or dharma for any human being, and you will definitely attain Shri Krishna. That is the pushti, or that is the confidence given by Ved Vyas in the second verse that we are going to not cover but recite in some time. Now Sut Goswami then further goes on explanation, because there should be example followed by your philosophy, right? So he says, once upon a time, now let's jump into a story. Narad Muni, he was wandering and he was in distress, he was not happy, he was looking very worrisome. So Sanat Kumar, who are the sons of Brahma, can anyone name the 4 Sanat Kumars? There are 4 in number. Who can name the 4 Sanat Kumars? Yes, Prabhu?
Sanak Sanandan, Sanat Kumar.
Sanak, Sanandan and 2 more?
Sanatan and Sanat.
Yes. Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan and Sanat. These are 4. These are called Chatush. Chatush means 4. 4 Kumar or Chatush Kumar. They are the firstborn of Lord Brahma. So they happened to be there and they were surprised. They said, Narad Muni, you are a transcendental soul. You are realized. How is it possible that a person, a realized, a free soul like you is worried? I see you are worried. Then Narad Muni said, you know what? I descended from Satyalok, Brahmalok. I came and I went to all the places of this universe. And finally I came to Bharatvarsh, today that is called India. Within Bharatvarsh, I went to all the pilgrimages. I went to Kashi, I went to Srirangam, I went to Nashik, I went every place. But you know what? I could not find peace anywhere. Everywhere I found pretenders, pakhandi, on the name of transcendental activities. And that made me sad. So I thought, finally, let me go and visit Vrindavan Dham. I go to Vrindavan Dham. On the banks of river Yamuna, I see there is a young lady and she is crying. She is in distress. Seeing her, I became really compassionate. And I approached and asked her, what's the reason of your crying? She told me, I am Bhakti Devi. And then he was shocked. Bhakti Devi? Why are you crying? So she said, you see these two elderly people sitting besides me? He said, yes, they are my son. Gyan and Vairagya. Gyan is knowledge, Vairagya means renunciation. So the mother was young and the children were old. So she said, I manifested myself in Dravid, in Karnataka. From there, I went on my journey to Maharashtra. I was very well received and honored in Maharashtra. But as I entered Gujarat, I was not received very well. I became old. I was not given due importance. So ultimately, eventually, I came to Vrindavan and I regained my youth. So Narad Muni smiled and he said, wow, this is the glorification of Vrindavan, that Bhakti is always active and young in Vrindavan. But she said that my children, both, they became old. So Narad Muni again explained, said, Mother, this is the wrongdoings of Kali Yuga actually. This is his effect. So then she said, yes, Narad Muni, I know. And then she was really weeping, she was crying. She said, why did Parikshit Maharaj had to leave Kali Yuga? He should have killed Kali Yuga. So we will go on to that story now. He should have killed Kali Yuga long back. So to reply, Narad Muni said that please don't find faults with Kali Yuga. Parikshit Maharaj is a top class devotee. He is a Sargrahi. Sargrahi means one who sees the importance in everything. So he said that Parikshit Maharaj saw two things which no one could see in Kali Yuga. And those are, the two things are, first, in different yugas, if you did anything bad, even with your mind, let's say in my mind, if I thought of stealing from a bank or any place, I get the bad reactions, even if I didn't steal. That was in the previous yugas. But in this yuga, in Kali Yuga, if you think anything bad, you don't get the bad reaction. On contrary, if you think anything good, let's say someone is in distress, you can't help him financially or whatever reason it might be. But if in your heart you wished, I wish I could help this person, you get the good reactions of just that wishing. So this is the first thing Parikshit Maharaj saw in Kali Yuga. And the most important and second thing he saw was that in previous yugas, in Satyug, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, to attain God, you had to meditate thousands and thousands of years. And even after that, there was no guarantee that you would attain God. But in Kali Yuga, you just give one lifetime chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So just by chanting and vibration of this Maha Mantra, because the last verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is Nama Sankirtana Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashana. That just by doing this Nama Sankirtan, this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the ill effects of Kali Yuga will go. And you will attain Lord Krishna in one lifetime. So this is why Parikshit Maharaj did not kill Kali Yuga, because this is the shortcut, easiest way to attain Lord Krishna. So this was the thing. Then he said, okay, fine, now let's do one thing. Then Narad Muni, he said to Bhakti Devi that, don't worry, mother, I give you my words that Lord Krishna is going to protect you. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Krishna protects, he protected Draupadi, he protected Kunti Maharani, he protected Uttara, he protected the Pandavas. So you are his devotee, you are his pure devotee. Definitely he is going to protect you. And second thing, he said, I take a vow today. I take a vow that if in Kali Yuga I don't manifest you within every house, then I wouldn't be called a Hari Bhakt. This is the vow taken by Narad Muni. And after taking this vow, he set forth to make Jnana and Vairagya youth again and to establish Bhakti in every household. He tried, but he failed. He tried absolutely everything that was written in the Vedas, Karma Kand, everything, Bhagavad Gita part, everything, but he did not succeed, he failed. Again he was in distress, so there was a Akashvani. Akashvani means there was a transcendental sound from the skies, from the heaven, that said that Narad Muni, you tried everything but you did not try Sat Karma, the real thing. So Narad Muni said, what is this Sat Karma? So the voice again replied that you would only get to know if you meet great personalities. So Narad Muni says, where to find them? So the voice said, you find out. So then Narad Muni set forth to all the pilgrimages. Everyone, someone told him, you do this fasting. Someone told him, you read this section of Vedas. Someone told him, you do Bhagavad Gita part. Someone told him this, someone told him that. He tried, but he failed again. At last, he comes to Haridwar, where he meets the four Kumaras, as the story started. And then he asks the four Kumaras, now you tell me what should be done. So the four Kumaras smile and say that Narad Muni, don't you know that you should be studying Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? So Narad Muni says, but I already read all the Vedas. Isn't Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam a part of it? So then the Chatush Kumar, they explain that Narad Muni, let's take an example. Let's say you drink milk, okay? So ghee or clarified butter is inside the milk, isn't it? But by drinking milk, can you say that you took ghee or clarified butter? So he said, no, we cannot say that. So he said, similarly, Vedas is like milk, but Bhagavatam is the condensed form of the Vedas. That is the essence, Vedant. So that is like clarified butter. So just by reading the Vedas, you cannot say that you have read Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam has to be studied ekantik, like only focus on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, right? So that is what you need to do. And then Narad Muni says, so who can be better than you four to describe these glories of Bhagavatam? And then they said, fine, we will do that. Where should we do? So he says that in Haridwar, on the bank of Mother Ganga, let's do this. So he said, fine. The four Kumaras then said, we are going to do this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam now. Everyone from all the universes, they were called to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. At that particular time, Bhakti Devi's two sons, they were young again, Jnana and Vairagya. Bhakti Devi came running, and then she said to Sanat Kumars that, do I also have position? Do I also get a seat in your assembly? So the Sanat Kumar smiled and he said, Mother, for you the seat is already reserved. So you will sit in the heart of everybody that hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam with rapt attention. So this is what Sanat Kumar said, that whoever hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam with rapt attention, Bhakti will sit inside her heart. She will manifest within the heart of that particular person. So the endeavor we need to do is reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And in the Vedas, in the Puranas, it is said that if you are sitting today in this room hearing discourse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is said that after millions of lifetimes, who has done Krishna Bhakti, not just Satkarma, Krishna Bhakti for millions of lifetimes, only he gets the mercy and gets the opportunity to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So now we have the mercy, but now it depends on us whether we want to grab that opportunity or not. We have the free will. We can walk away or we can grab that opportunity. Lord Krishna has bestowed his mercy on us that we are sitting here and then we are starting the series of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So the choice is down to us. Then Narad Muni, after hearing the first canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, then he asks a question to Sanat Kumaras. He says that who is this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam for? Is it only for the pious souls? So Sanat Kumar says no. A murderer, a thug, a thief, anyone who has done any crime in his life, if they hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam with rapt attention, they will be freed in one lifetime, not two, not three, in one lifetime. So Narad Muni says, do you have an example or you are just saying this? So then Sanat Kumar says, definitely I have an example. So then he starts the glorification of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam that is given in the Padma Puran. He says, once upon a time there was a person by the name Atmadev. Atmadev was a very nice Brahman. Unfortunately, his wife was not very nice on him. The only distress in the life of Atmadev was he did not have a child. So he was hankering for a child. Once he was wandering in the forests. He was sad. A sage comes by and asks him the reason for his sadness. He says that I don't have a child. The sage says, he gives him a fruit and he says, give this to your wife. The day she eats, she will conceive a child and she will get a son. So he becomes really happy. He goes back and gives it to his wife whose name was Dhundali. Now this Dhundali, she is like most of the people of Kali Yuga, an overthinker. Now she thought, if I become pregnant and if there is a fire in the house, I will be fat, how can I run outside the house? If my sister-in-law, if she steals my jewelry and runs, I cannot run behind her because I am fat now. If there is an earthquake and all the villagers, they are running, how can I run? I am fat. So this is the things that she is thinking. And then she decides, I am not going to change my body, I will take this fruit. So she goes to her sister. Luckily her sister is pregnant at the time. So the sister says, don't worry, let's do a conspiracy. You just pretend to be pregnant for the next 9 months. I will hand over my child to you after 9 months. So just bear for 9 months. Then she said, okay, fine. She throws away that fruit. A cow comes and eats the fruit. 9 months later, the sister, she has a baby boy. She gives it to Dhundli. And after Dhundli, the boy's name becomes Dhundakari. Okay? And at the same time, the cow also gives birth to a calf. The calf, because had eaten the fruit, the calf looks like a human being. But he had the ears of a cow. That is why his name is Gokarna. Go means cow and Karn means ear. Now this Gokarna is a very nice person. He has all the Brahmanical qualities, and on the contrary, this Dhundakari is the opposite, quite opposite. He starts torturing everybody. He is a womanizer, he is a thug, he is breaking all the regulative principles, he drinks throughout the day, he gambles, all the bad things. Everyone is frustrated. So his father, Atmadev, and Gokarna, they leave for pilgrimage, seeing the activities of this Dhundakari. And he tortures his mother so much that she commits suicide. After that, he brings 5 prostitutes and starts living with them. After a certain time, the prostitutes think that he is anyways going to die. If he doesn't die, the police is going to catch him because of his actions. So let's kill him. So the 5 prostitutes, they do a conspiracy, they kill Dhundakari and they bury him in the backyard of the house. Gokarna comes back to the house, he gets to know that his brother is no more. He goes to Gaya, he does his final rites and everything. One evening, when Gokarna was sitting inside the house, he could understand in our sense, some paranormal activity is going on. He could sense that there is someone inside this house. So with his mystic power, he throws some water and Dhundakari manifests himself as a ghost. And then he says, but brother, I did your tarpan, I went to Gaya, I did everything. How is it that you are still here? So he says, Dhundakari says, he smiles, he laughs and he says, don't you know the sins that I have done? Even if you do 1,000 times my final rites, I am not going to be purified. So you'll have to come up with something better. So then Gokarna thinks whole night, he cannot come up with something better. Next day, he assembles all the villagers and asks him, what should we do so that his soul gets liberation? They say that you are the wisest among us, you deal with it, you decide. Then he asks Sun God, and then Sun God says that if you do 7 days Bhagavatam course, Bhagavad Saptah, then definitely he is going to get liberation. So next day, Gokarna, he then manages everything and they start for this Bhagavatam Saptah. At that time, this ghost, Dhundakari, there is a bamboo stick. He enters inside that bamboo stick and there are 7 knots tied on that bamboo stick. Every day after the Bhagavatam is over in the evening, one knot unties or breaks. And after the 7th day, the complete knots break and the bamboo stick, it blasts, and this Dhundakari gets a transcendental body. And Vishnu Dutas from Vaikuntha, they come to take him back. So as he is leaving, Gokant says, request that what about the rest of us? We also heard Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So then he says, the Vishnu Duta says, yes, you all heard Bhagavatam, but the curiosity, the intensity with which Dhundakari heard, you did not hear. So that is why he is most suitable to go back to Godhead. So they take him. So then this idea strikes to Gokant, why don't we redo everything? So again he, for the next 1 week, he repeats the same thing of discourse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And at the end of 7th day, Lord Narayan himself comes. And along with Gokant, he takes everybody back to Golok Vrindavan, to Vaikuntha. So this is the glorification of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in the Padma Purana. Now I will give you, because I think there were so many stories, but we have only 15 minutes left, so I will just give you some glorification of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Lord says to Brahmaji, Lord Krishna, that one who listens to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam with rapt attention, only he can satisfy him. Then it is said that whoever reads one shloka of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam every day, he gets the fruit of giving one brown colored cow in charity, which is considered to be extremely auspicious. One shloka a day. Who studies Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam every day, they get the fruit of studying all the Vedas, all the Puranas every day. Whoever keeps Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in their house, it is said that their forefathers will never go hungry. Wherever they are, they will get the most palatable dishes every day because their descendants have kept Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in their house. Wherever Ramayana is spoken, discussed, heard, read, studied, Lord Hanuman is sitting there. Similarly, wherever Bhagavatam is discussed, read, studied, Prahlad Maharaj manifests over there. This is also from the Shastras. If you have one shlok written of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and if you stick anywhere in your house, the negative energies, ghosts, spirits, they can never enter your house. This is the glorification of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. There are so many glorifications. Whoever worships Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam every day, all the demigods, they become really happy, and it is said that Yamraj never visits that house. If Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is being spoken every day, read every day in a particular house, Yamraj never sees the face of that particular house. So these are some of the glorification of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. We'll just take one small story and then I will tell you, because there are so many. I wanted to touch base the first shloka as well. So let's see. Is it okay if we go like 10 minutes overboard? Is everyone okay? Okay. So before we do this, let's see. So no one is going to judge anyone. We will just judge ourselves. To hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, there are two classes of audience, high category and low category. In the high category, there are 4 classifications. The first one is a chatak bird or cuckoo bird. Second one is hans or swan. Third one is a parrot. And fourth one is a fish. I'll repeat: chatak bird, swan, parrot and fish, high category. In the low category, we have wolf. Then we have Bhurand bird, that is found in Himalayas. Then the third is bull, and the fourth is camel. These are the low category of the audience of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So no one judge anyone, you judge yourselves. First, let's start with chatak bird. So the chatak bird, it drinks water only from rain. If you give him mineral water, RO water, Himalayan water, whatever the best brand in the world, it's not going to drink that. It will remain thirsty throughout the year and only wait for rains to get the water. So this is the top class audience of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The second verse. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapitrayon mulanam Śrīmad-Bhāgavate mahamuni krite kim va parerishvare sadyo hiddavaruddhayotra kritivi shushubhit tatshana. So the line Śrīmad-Bhāgavate mahamuni krite kim va parerishvare, that means that when Mahamuni Vedvyas has already written Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam after writing all the Puranas, so every Puran that we hear today, Shiv Puran, Ling Puran, Padma Puran, Skanda Puran, they are all written by Vedvyas. And after writing all the Vedas, all the Puranas, when he has in the final words written the Vedanta Sutra, that is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Kim va pare rishvare. So what is the need of studying any other Shastra? So this Chatak bird is the top class, because if you give him any water, it's not going to drink. Only rainwater, only Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I am not going to hear anything else, because Shushubhit Tatshanat, meaning that it is guaranteed. Vedvyas is saying, so Vedvyas is a post. Vedvyas is a post, not a person. So the name of our Vedvyas is Krishna Dvapayan Vedvyas. And Krishna Dvapayan Vedvyas is not an incarnation, he is Narayan himself. So Narayan himself is writing Shushrushubi Tatshanat, meaning that definitely guaranteed 100% Lord Krishna is going to manifest himself soon. Tatshanat. There was a sage in Vrindavan, heard it from him. He said that there was a person who was in avadhut condition. Avadhut meaning that from an external point of view, a madman. Wouldn't eat, wouldn't speak to anybody, wouldn't wear clothes. So he was residing in Vrindavan. Whenever this person, this Vaishnav, would give lecture, he would sit and listen. But people thought he is deaf and he is dumb, because he never spoke to anybody. And it appeared he doesn't listen to anybody as well. But one day, this person, this Vaishnav, was giving a lecture, and the electricity was cut. So there was no voice in the mic, no sound. So then he saw that that person, who everyone thinks to be a madman, he came nearer and he listened the entire lecture. So that day he understood that he is actually not deaf. He is not deaf, he hears. So after everyone goes home, he goes to that person and he says, Baba, meaning that, who are you? Then he spoke. He said, this is my name and I like your lectures. So then he said, tell me about yourself. So he said, I did my master's and I was in a very high-tech firm. So then he said, what are you doing here? So he replies that I wanted to find Krishna, I wanted to see Krishna. For that I wanted to hear Hari Katha, and for that I came to Vrindavan. So then this Vaishnav, he asks, so did you find Krishna? And he replied, yes, I did. So the Vaishnav thought maybe, in emotion, in bhav, he's saying that everyone in Vrindavan has seen Krishna. So then reaffirming, this person says, I have seen Krishna. So then this devotee asks, like how? Have you spoken to him? He says, yes, I speak with Krishna. When? So he says, I speak with Krishna every single day. Then this devotee asks, is it in your dreams that you speak with Krishna? He says, no, not in dream. The way I am speaking with you right now, this is how I speak with Krishna every single day. And then he told this devotee, please don't disclose this to the world yet. And he said that I will not tell anyone until you are alive. So when that person, he left his body, then this devotee disclosed this. That this is the power. The reason I said this is Shushrushubbhis Tatshanat. Lord Krishna manifests, who faithfully hears Bhagavatam. His divine grace, Prabhupada has given his words that if you hear Bhagavatam every day with full faith and conviction, in this lifetime, Lord Krishna will come face to face with you, not in your dreams, not in your bhav, but face to face, he will come and meet you. and he will speak with you. This is the glory of Bhagavatam. So the top class audience is Chatak bird. Top class, second, is swan, Hans. So the Hans knows if you give milk and water, so the Hans will differentiate. It will drink only milk and leave behind the water. That means the audience should be like who knows where to associate and where not to associate. So this is the class of audience as well. When you are hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, then you are disassociating yourself with the worldly affairs. Then only you will get to relish Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The third is parrot. So the parrot hears things very attentively, very, very attentively. And it repeats only what he has heard. So the Brahma Vaivarta Puran and in the Garga Samhita, this is mentioned that the first teacher of Shukdev Goswami is Radharani. So Suk and Sari are two parrots of Radharani in Golok Vrindavan Dham. And she personally would teach Shukdev Goswami Bhagavatam. She will speak a verse. And then Shukdev Goswami as a parrot will repeat that verse. And then she will become so happy, then for every correct verse, she would feed him a pomegranate seed. And that is how Shukdev Goswami learned all Bhagavatam. And he said as it is when he had to give the discourse to Sri Parikshit Maharaj. So that is third. We covered Chatak bird, swan, then parrot, and the fourth is fish. So a fish drinks milk or whatever it has to eat or drink without blinking. There is rapt attention. Third shloka of Bhagavatam. Nigam kalpitaror galitam phalam shukha mukhadamrita dravya samyutam pibat bhagavatam rasmalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. So meaning that this Bhagavatam is to be relished, drink it, relishing it Bhagavatam. So this is what the fish does. It relishes with rapt attention, no eyelid, not to be blinked, and just with rapt attention it is just taking in Bhagavatam. So this is Chatak bird, swan, parrot and fish. Now let's see the lower categories. So like I said, no judgment. The first one is wolf. So the deers, they are very much attracted to the sound of the flute, right? But a wolf comes and he starts making noise. And the deer, they run away from that place. So this is the tendency of a wolf. So as an audience, the wolf is going to come, sit in the lecture, make noise, distract all the serious audience, and after the class, he will go and then he will say things that is going to drive away the deer from coming for the next sessions. So this is low class audience. One. Second is Bhurund the bird. Bhurund is found in Himalayas and Bhurund does not practice what he preaches. So there was a sage. A mother comes with her kid to that sage and says to the sage that my son eats lot of candies, sweet candies. So please ask him not to eat that. So the sage says, you come back in 7 days. So she goes, she comes back in 7 days and she repeats the question. He eats a lot of candies. Please ask him to stop. The sage says to the child that candy is not good for health. Please don't eat candies. And the child, he agrees. And this lady is shocked. She says, you could have told him the same thing 7 days ago. Why did you waste my 7 days? So the sage replies, because 7 days ago, I myself used to eat candies. So how is it that I can tell him something not to do when I'm doing it myself? Right? So in the last 7 days, I stopped eating candies. This is why he listened to me. He wouldn't have listened 7 days back. So this is second, Bhurand bird. They wouldn't practice. They will hear something in lecture, go out and start preaching to the world. But themselves, they are not going to practice anything. So that is the second category. Third is a bull. Bull means, bull will eat everything that you give him. So in Hindi, it is called Bala Buddhi. Sorry for the ones who don't know Hindi. So Bala Buddhi means that it does not know how to differentiate what is good, what is bad. Whatever comes its way, just takes it. So I am reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that is the topmost, that is the Vedanta philosophy, but in between they will be like, no, but I heard from my mother that Santoshi Mata is God. No, but I heard that there is no God. No, I heard that God has no form. No, I heard this. No, I heard that. From whom? From the shopkeeper, from my mother, from my grandmother, from the people, from the newspapers. So this is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is written by Ved Vyas, who has written all the Puranas. He is giving a stamp that this is it. This is the ultimate Satyam Param Dhimahi. I am meditating on the topmost Krishna. He is saying, but no, I am going to listen to a shopkeeper. So this is Bal Buddhi. This is bull. And the final is camel. So if camel had a choice to eat either a neem leaf, neem is very, what is kadwa in English? Bitter, yes. And a mango leaf, it will choose neem over mango. So this is, you are giving the highest taste, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. You are revealing Lord Krishna. Shushubhit Takshana, it is guaranteed Krishna will manifest. And yet, no. But maybe Shiv Puran says Lord Shiv is greatest. But maybe Devi Puran says she is greatest. So this differentiation, this intelligence is not very sharp. So these are the four categories of the lower audience. So now we have to rise wherever we are, no judgment, but we go up and we have to reach to the position of chatak bird, cuckoo bird. So that rapt attention only and only if our aim is to go back to Godhead, if our aim is to see Krishna face to face in this lifetime, then if that is not our aim, if that is not our goal, then forget everything we have discussed, right? So, okay, we are almost. How this connects to us, this is a very deep topic actually. This is just an introduction class and we have actually not even started the introduction due to lack of time. But let me tell you something that is going to interest all of you. We all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Anyone here who does not know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Any hands? Okay, so that's good sign. Everyone knows who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initiated Loknath Goswami. Every day while doing Prabhupada Aarti we sing Loke Nath Loke Rajivana Shila Prabhupada Patita Pavana. That is Loknath Goswami, initiated by Mahaprabhu. Loknath Goswami initiated Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur initiated Ganga Narayan Chakravarti. Ganga Narayan Chakravarti initiated Krishna Charan Chakravarti. Krishna Charan Chakravarti initiated Radha Raman Chakravarti. Radha Raman Chakravarti initiated Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Sansara Dava Naladira Loka Pranaya Karunya Gana Ganatvam, written by Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur initiated Shri Baldev Vidya Bhushan, who gave the commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So if we start reading Bhagavad Gita, the first page is dedicated to Baldev Vidya Bhushan by Shri Prabhupada. So this is the lineage, this is the hierarchy. Now this very first verse that we covered, if we see its translation, I am just going to first read the translation and then we will see the interpretation of Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, a brilliant interpretation, or his tika or purport. So in plain words, this says, O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creations, sustenance and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. This is just a translation. The purport is 7-8 pages long. So Prabhupada Vedvyas puts a disclaimer. Do you really want to do this? Are you serious enough? Can you get through the first verse? This first verse of Bhagavatam, Shri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the spiritual master of our Prabhupada, he spoke on this verse for 30 days straight. He had to stop at the end of 30 days because Kartik month was over. Else he would have completed. This word, Janma Dasya, there can be three classes on this word, Janma Dasya. Forget about the complete verse. This is as deep. There are 2 Vedanta Sutras. So after writing all the Ved, then the essence of the Vedas are given in Vedanta Sutra, Athato Brahma Jigyasa, the first essence of all the Vedas. That comes from Satyam Param Dhimahi. And the second sutra also comes from Janma Dasya. So this, as per Mahaprabhu, this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is the commentary on Vedanta Sutra. It is a commentary on itself. It is a Vedant in itself. Very deep topic. So let's try to understand this. First let's see the plain English and then we will understand the purport by Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur because that resonates with us. We'll start with Satyam Param Dhimahi, the last 3 words. Satyam means truth. Param, absolute. Dhimahi, meditate upon. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Who is the subject here? Who is being spoken about? The first line. Om Namo Vasudev. Who is Vasudev? Krishna. So plain simple English, Satyam Param Dhimahi. Dhimahi in Sanskrit is plural tense. So Vedvyas says, not just me, not just I, each one of us, let's meditate upon that absolute truth who is Vasudev. And then he goes on explaining Janma Dasya Yaton Vayati Taratas, meaning Janma Adi. Janma means birth, then Palan maintenance, and Adi means death. This whole everything is being done by that person who are we meditating upon, and that is Vasudev. So it's very deep if you go line by line. So Janma Dasya Yaton Vayati Taratas, Chartheshva Bhigna Swarat. Abhigna means that person, Vasudev. He is all knowledgeable, Abhigya and Swarat. He is independent. We cannot ask him, he does not have to explain. He is independent to do whatever he wants to do, right? He is independent, he is absolute, he is all knowledgeable. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Suraya. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Adi Kavaye means Lord Brahma. Adi Kavaye. He is the first person who has manifested, who did the secondary creation. That is why Adi Kavaye. So Tene, he imparted the Brahma Gyan, knowledge in the heart of Lord Brahma. Sorry. What is the Brahma Gyan? That is the Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So when Lord Brahma was born, he did not know what to do. He had absolutely no idea. So Lord Vishnu comes and he gives him the 4 Shlok Bhagavatam. 4 Bhagavatam condensed in 4 shlokas. And he says, you read this, you understand this, you study this, meditate on this, and you create everything. So just with 4 verses, he created this entire universe. So Lord Vasudev, he imparted that knowledge in the heart of Sri Brahma, Adi Kavaye. Moyanti Yat Surya. And this knowledge is so deep that the Surya means the demigods, Sur. So Sur and Asur. Asur is the demons and Sur means the demigods. They are called Sur because they drink Sura. Sura is a type of, it's like a champagne in the Svargalok. So they drink that is why they are called Sura. And their brothers are called Asura. So Muhyanti Yat Suraya. Muhyanti means this creation is so wonderful, done by Lord Krishna, by Lord Brahma, the secondary creation, that even the best among the demigods, they are bewildered. They cannot understand. Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatrati sarvo mrisha. So as we see illusion in the desert, we see sunshine but it appears like water, isn't it? So just like that, this illusion, this Maya Devi works, and she bewilders absolutely everybody. Even the greatest of the demigods, they are bewildered by this creation. To such, Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kokam Satyam Nirparam Dhimai. I'm just making it condensed, short. Satyam Param Dhimai, to such Vasudev, I meditate. And we all should meditate. So this is the first meaning of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Shlok. we are going to, we are going to do this again. I run online classes and we are going to do this word by word in detail. It will take like hours and hours to understand the shloka. Now let's understand, I gave you the hierarchy of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, right? The reason I gave that is because he comes from in the lineage of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again I repeat, Mahaprabhu initiated Loknath Goswami, he initiated Narottam Das Goswami, he initiated Ganga Narayan Goswami Thakur Chakravarti, he initiated Krishna Charan Chakravarti, Krishna Charan Chakravarti initiated Radharaman Chakravarti, Radharaman Chakravarti initiated Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur initiated Baldev Vidyabhushan. Now let's see what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has to say. There are people, transcendentalists, who are scholars, and they say that Radharani is fictitious. She is kalpanik, meaning there is no. Why did Sukdev Goswami never took a single word of Radha in the whole Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? So these are the reasoning that they give. Now let's see what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has to say about this first word. So he says Janmadyasya. So birth. Janma means birth. How this birth comes upon? So for birth we need two people, father and a mother. So he says the whole reason of this creation is Madhurya Ras. We know Madhurya Ras? So Madhurya, so there are 5 prominent ras in which we exchange our emotions with Krishna. There is Shant, relish, Shant, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. Madhurya means love. The love he has for the gopis, Radharani, mother, father and all the inhabitants of Vraj. So that is in Madhurya Ras. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that in order for creation of this entire world, this creation, everything that has been done, it starts with Madhurya Ras. Madhurya Ras between Srimati Radharani and Shri Krishna. And even though Lord Krishna is Abhigya and Swarat, he is independent and he is all cognizant, he knows everything, still there is something he does not know. He does not understand, he cannot relish, and that is Madhurya Ras. The feeling Radharani has for Krishna, Krishna can never understand that, despite being Abhigya and Swarat. So, for that, what he does is Satyam Param. So, Satya means we did absolute, okay? And that is Krishna, he is absolute. And Param is Devi Krishna Mai Prokta Radhika Paradevata. She is Param. She is even beyond Lord Krishna. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj used to say that we only pay obeisances to Krishna because Radharani would be happy. So actually we are worshippers of Radharani, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Yeah, that is the meaning of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So when Lord Krishna cannot understand this Madhurya Bhav, so Satyam and Param, they become one. They become one. And when Radha and Krishna become one, what is the form that comes out? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So to understand Madhurya, Krishna assumes the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he assumes the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that hidden ras, he starts relishing that hidden ras of Madhurta. And to understand, he becomes one with Radharani. And after that, the second verse is Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kave Muyanti Yat Suraya. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kave. Tene Brahma Hrida means he gives that knowledge that he just learned, the Madhurya Ras that he discovered after becoming Mahaprabhu. He gives that knowledge to Adi Kave. Who is Adi Kave now? That is Sri Rupa Goswami. So when Mahaprabhu understands himself, understands the relation between him and Radharani, relation between Krishna and Radharani, he gives that knowledge to Adi Kavaye, that is Sri Rupa Goswami. And Muyanti Yat Surya. This knowledge that Rupa Goswami has received from Srila Mahaprabhu, even the greatest of the yogis, the greatest of the demigods, again they cannot understand this Madhurya Ras. And how does Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur know this? Because it is also mentioned that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is an expansion of Sri Rupa Goswami. So the whole point is that the parampara in which we are, that goes even beyond words, even beyond understanding, because we are called Rupanugas. Why? Because Prabhupada based this idea of Hare Krishna movement, ISKCON, on the studies of Sri Rupa Goswami. And that Rupa Goswami has the knowledge for which Krishna has to descend as Mahaprabhu to understand that knowledge. No one can understand this, but he has imparted Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. He has imparted this Gyan, this knowledge in the heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given in the heart of Sri Rupa Goswami. And this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in his purport. So that is the understanding, the sankshipt, short understanding of the first verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Can we take 5 more minutes? Okay, fine. So I'll just give you another background because we need to know the history of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as well. Lord Krishna, out of how many wives did he have?
16,100.
How many children he had?
1,16,000.
I mean, don't go like, don't calculate, I mean, complicate. He had 10 sons and 1 daughter from each wife. Okay? The foremost of his son is Pradyumna. Pradyumna's son is Aniruddha. Aniruddha's son is Vrajanav. And Vrajnav's son is Pratibahu. When Shri Krishna left this dham, this abode, UP, Vrindavan, and went back to Golok Vrindavan Dham, this Vrindavan was emptied, vacant. He took all the Yadu dynasty with him, back with him. So, Brajanav Maharaj, he took on the seva, responsibility to populate Vrindavan again. So he got all the 16,100 wives. So 8 wives had gone with Krishna, the prominent 8, Mahishya. So 16,100 wives, he got them to Vrindavan. The cows, the brahmanas, everyone, he got to Vrindavan. But these 16,100 wives, they would cry day in, day out in remembering Lord Krishna. One among them, Devi Kalindi, she was happy. So all of them thought, don't you miss Krishna? How is it that you are happy and we are crying every day? So then she said, I'm happy because I know the truth. I know that Krishna never leaves Vrindavan and Krishna is always with Radharani in Vrindavan. Because I have realized this, I don't feel separation from Krishna. So that gave some relief to the other wives. So they said, but how do we realize this? How do we realize? So at that time, Parikshit Maharaj was also in Vrindavan. So then Parikshit Maharaj and Vrajanav Maharaj, they decided, let's go to the best candidate who can give this knowledge, and that is Uddhav. So Uddhav is a direct disciple of Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the spiritual master of the demigods. He is the most knowledgeable. So he first gave this knowledge of Bhagavatam to Uddhav. But Uddhav became a Jnani. He thought that Jnana or knowledge is the topmost. There is nothing beyond knowledge. So to break this ahankar, do we know ahankar? Ego. Krishna won pride. He sent him to, he said, why don't you give this knowledge that you have of Bhagavatam to the gopis in Vrindavan? So he goes to Vrindavan. He goes as a Jnani, as a intelligent person, and he comes back as a premi, as a bhakt. So it is said, Uddhav Suddha hai gayo, sun gopin ke bol, Gyan bajai dug dugi, baja prem ka bol. Meaning, Uddhav went there to preach to the gopis Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. He had theoretical knowledge, but the gopis gave him practical knowledge and sent him back as a devotee. He went there as a Jnani and came back as a premi. So the second time he learned Bhagavatam from the gopis, practical, not theoretical knowledge, practical, how to have loving relationship with Krishna. And third time, Uddhav was once conversing with Krishna. He said that after you leave this planet, how am I going to associate with you? I'm going to miss you. So Krishna said, whenever you read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam with full faith, I would be standing in front of you as you see me today. I will never leave. I am to be found in the pages of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And then Krishna, for the third time, preached this knowledge of Bhagavatam to Uddhav. So Uddhav had knowledge from Brihaspati, from the gopis, and he learned Bhagavatam from Krishna as well. So the Brajnav Maharaj and Parikshit Maharaj, they both took all the Mahishya, the queens of Lord Krishna, to Uddhav ji. So Uddhav ji recites, so do we know there is Kusum Sarovar in Govardhan, also known as Sakhi Kunj. Just behind that is Uddhav Kund. Uddhav Maharaj is the representation of celebration. Whenever we do feasting, celebration, Uddhav ji manifests himself. So every one of them started celebrating Harinam. And then Uddhav ji manifested and he asked, how can I serve you? So then they said, the Mahishya, the queens are called Mahishya. So they are in distress because they cannot understand that Lord Krishna is still present in Vrindavan. Lord Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So can you please make them understand? So Uddhav was really happy. He said, definitely, this can be understood through the pages of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So I am going to narrate you Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And then Parikshit Maharaj was really excited. Yes, now I am going to hear Bhagavatam. So to that, Uddhav ji said, no, not you. Everyone else can hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. But because you are the ruler of this entire world, Kali Yuga has started now. So it's your responsibility to take care of Kali Yuga. So you go from here, you take care of Kali Yuga. So then Parikshit Maharaj said, but what if I come back and then your discourse on Bhagavatam is over? So he said, definitely that's going to be the case. It's going to be over. But I give you my words that through your medium, Bhagavatam is going to be broadcasted to the entire world. That no one has access to because of you. Everyone in this world is going to hear and relish the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So go and do your duty. After that, for one complete month, Uddhav ji then he gave the discourse on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and the Mahishya, they were pacified. So this is the time when Parikshit Maharaj goes, he meets Kali Yuga. We know the story in short, then he gets cursed and after that he hears Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from Shukdev Goswami. Then in that discourse, Parikshit Maharaj along with Sud Goswami, both are sitting and all the sages are sitting. Now this Sud Goswami, he further goes when Kali Yuga is almost there to start. So all the sages, they are doing penances for 1000 years so that Kali Yuga should not come in effect. After 1000 years, when they think that it is not going to be possible, then they ask this Sud Goswami who was sitting in front of Sukdev Goswami. And this Sud Goswami now, who is the son of the Romaharshan Sud we discussed in the beginning of the class. So now this is the second Sud Goswami. He narrates the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the 12 cantos that we have. So this is the history of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I don't think we have time for question and answer. So do you want to say something?
You said that if one reads
Yeah.
one sloka
Yeah.
a day on the Bhagavatam, that you will come face to face with Krishna.
Yes. With faith.
The other question is, one of the senior devotees here, one mentioned in the name, he was living out in the cottage in the country because he was planting things. He used to go at night and pick up the snails and take them and far away. But that house was haunted. And his two children were upset by the noise of the hunting noise. So what he did was, I'm sure this is correct, he wrote out the sloka in the page and stuck them in the windows and the hunting left out.
Yes. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, every one of them faced this issue. Because most of the ISKCON temples even now, when Prabhupada was there, is on the churches, abandoned churches. And we all know that it's on the, what we say more than in English? Graveyard. So obviously there are negative energies, there are bad energies. So I'll just give you one shlok. Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to quote 1073:16 Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Krishnashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. This is considered to be one of the most powerful shlokas of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So, but yeah, the second thing is if you write Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam shlokas in your house, you won't be haunted by ghosts and spirits.
And you also said that if you read the Bhagavad Gita in the house,
Yeah.
that the Yamadutas will not come in.
Never come.
Still one final question. When Krishna was leaving from Mathura, and he was struck by a sage who was a very good friend of Krishna. He said, why did you not stop the war? You are God, and so forth.
Yeah.
And you could have stopped the war. And Krishna showed him the universal form at that stage, and he gave him a boon. He said, wherever you are, he traveled in the desert. Wherever you're in the desert, if you're thirsty,